All right, we're going to move over to and news and topics. Our news roundup. City about to city and city do city stuff. City's been in the news lately since about Thursday when word broke that they may be launching the City Strata Premier this past weekend. They didn't because when they said quarter three, apparently they meant as soon as possible in quarter three. Let's not let it breathe and think about what we're doing here. They have gone full bore to the wall, full balls to the wall. Just uh, if we thought Chase was making a mistake last week or 2 weeks ago, or as Lonnie's been saying, Chase has been making the dumbest business decision possible. In my opinion, the city said, "Hold our beer and watch us go." So we have details on the City Strata Elite. The card will have a $595 annual fee. No big deal. $75 annual fee for authorized users. Earnings on the card will be 12 times Citi thank you points per dollar spent on hotels, car rentals, and attractions booked through Citi Travel. 6 times Citi thank you points on every dollar spent on air travel booked through Citi Travel through the Citi Travel portal. 6 times thank you points for every dollar spent at restaurants, including restaurant delivery services, for purchases authorized between Friday at 6 p.m. to Saturday at 6 a.m. and from Saturday at 6 p.m. to Sunday at 6 a.m. This is called City Nights.
You didn't say the funniest part of that, Matt, which is they're using Eastern Standard Time or Eastern Time.
I still refuse to believe that this is the case or acceptable, but yes, current documentation lists 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which would be 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. in Central, 4 in Mountain, 3 in on Pacific Coast time, and if you go all the way to Hawaii, 1 p.m. to 1 a.m. So lunch and dinner is covered if you're in Hawaii. Get the City Strata Elite to blow the doors off of your purchases for food on Fridays and Saturdays if you live in Hawaii. This is so stupid. Anyway, if you happen to want food outside of, say, Friday and Saturday night, because who wouldn't? Just fast all week. What are you talking about? You'll earn 3 points per dollar on food at all other times. Sorry, 3 points per dollar at restaurants at all other times, and 1.5 times City thank you points per dollar spent on all other purchases. It's going to have Priority Pass. You're going to lose access to Priority Pass restaurants if you had it on the City Prestige. If you had the City Prestige, you're eventually going to be moved to the City Strata Elite. If you want, there's going to be a $300 travel credit, but it is included. It is stuck to City Travel. You're not going to earn points on your first $300. You have to book a hotel for at least 2 nights to activate the credit. And City is also launching their own version of FHR and the Edit. And that is still like the 25,000 foot view of this. This is just. I have a video coming out on Tuesday. It is the dumbest launch so far of the major card issuers, in my opinion. There's no travel category. We don't know what travel protections are going to look like on this card, and it's going to be the first Mastercard World Legend Mastercard that will be launched, and we don't know what sort of protection and benefits that World Legend gives you over World Elite. Yeah, I'm not super stoked about this, as you can tell from my timbre. But Art, your thoughts on this?
I want to know whose 12-year-old son got to pick the name for the new MasterCard category. Like, I want to know what Make-A-Wish kid was like, as my Make-A-Wish, I would like to name a MasterCard tier. That's what I would like to do, because this feels like something a 12-year-old kid would come up with. Setting that aside, there is a
They were
bright
probably a
spot.
Maria Ferrara.
Yeah, there is a bright spot on this card, and I will continue to talk about it until every issuer does it on their top end card, and that is 1.5 everywhere else. And I will beat the drum that if I am paying more than $500 for a card, it should have 1.5 everything else. It just should. Like, it should. Amex, please. I'm asking for $800, please. Just give me 1.5. Um, but yeah, no, that to me is the best thing they did on this card. Like 12 thank you points per dollar for hotel rentals and attractions through city travel. If you're somebody who does like the portal, like you're gonna make a ton of points just on some basic traveling. Like that is pretty unsustainable. So do it while you can. But are there are some positives, right? Ha yes, the times are weird, but not having it tied to a dining program and just being able to go to whatever restaurant you want to go to, that is good. Right? Like, I think this card is weird. I do not think it is particularly well thought through, but I do think it is worth pointing out the good. It is worth pointing out the things we like so we can talk about the things we don't like with some amount of clarity. As I have been telling Matt since Thursday when we talked about this on the live.
I will concede 1.5 is good. Yeah, sweet. Head pat city. Nice. What is everything else you're doing here?
I, City Nights is great marketing. Like, City Nights is fantastic marketing.
It's a great marketing name. Got to give it to him.
It may be a great marketing name. What is the execution going to look like? Because it's city. You're asking city IT to know when somebody's card is properly authorized on Eastern Standard Time.
I
They don't
mean,
know that Hawaii exists.
it's not that hard.
Hey,
Like,
sometimes all you need is great marketing. I mean, between 8-track and cassette, who had better marketing? Between Laserdisc and DVD, who had better marketing? You
And
know,
between VHS and Betamax, yeah, I get it. I do.
there's an app for that. I'm a Mac, you're a PC, has led to 70% of the TAM here in America. Great marketing can sell, sorry, RJ, a slightly inferior product. Even though I might switch to the iPhone when the 17 comes out in a couple of months because I don't have to, well, I don't want to try it out.
it's
But
gonna be a good,
great,
it's gonna be a good phone.
it's going to get the job done. It's a phone. I mean, it's a phone, it's a flashlight, it's a calculator, it's everything but a phone. But we don't get phones for phones anymore. When's the last time you made a call on your phone, on your cell phone? Like, not for work.
Today.
That's just,
And
yeah. Okay, you're different because you're out
I
there in the
use my
boondocks.
phone a lot as an actual phone. I am one of those millennials who makes a lot of phone calls.
and we were preached to that bacon was an essential part of breakfast. Yes, great marketing can work. I'm not here to dispute that great marketing can work, but like, I caution everyone, if you get this card and you're going out on city and exploring the wonders of city nights, keep every receipt, scan it, take a photo of it, have a backup of all your receipts to make sure that your points go through. If your points are going through, you better have it documented.
But so I'm going to play devil's advocate for a minute. So I'm not going to disagree that this is a complicated and maybe convoluted way to earn points. But the flip side of that coin is it's different. And we talk about these credit card companies need to do something different all the time. This is them swinging for the fences, probably, but it's different. So we can't necessarily knock that because, Matt, you could be just as passionate right now if they came out and said 3x on dining. You'd have been like, why are you doing that? Because every card does that. So they did something different. And now you're also now knocking the different at the same time. Just because you don't like it, granted, there's a difference between bad idea and you don't like it. I think there's a little bit more you don't like 60-40 split that you don't like it more than bad decision. Because somebody's going to get this card. And it might not be the more educated credit card holder. It might be the newbie in the game. Everybody gets a card they don't like. Everybody gets that useless card or the wrong card at some point.
Yeah.
They're just getting whoever's signing up for it that's like 21, 22 years old, they're just getting theirs out of the way early. So I'm going to play devil's advocate. Now, I'm not going to say that you're wrong. I'm just going to support the other team, the other side of the fence, because you just came hard. You just came pretty hard for them. So I do want to say, just because I don't like it and you don't like it does not necessarily mean it's bad. But let's just be real, it's not great. Um, But at the same time, we got to give credit that City is trying something different. That they are swinging for the fences. They're doing something more. And in most cases, they probably ran the numbers and realized, hey, people that have this subset of card and this demographic spend money in this particular time. This is where we're making the most of our swipes and on what they're making the most of those swipes on. So it is trying to lean into that from a business standpoint, I should say. So I'm going to give it the devil's advocate because we can trash it, but at the same time, I also want to be informational, educational, and not just opinionated in our conversations in which we share with our public.
No, and that's certainly fair. And yes, it is a new and interesting idea. It's reminiscent of doing built rent day to an extent.
Which worked.
Um,
Which that one was a positive one that worked, but it was
it
something
worked.
different. Yes, yes.
It worked until Built killed it, but it worked. Like,
I'm gonna start just searching in the edit for all the times we say built and just cutting the 15 seconds before and after every time the word is said.
that's fair. Uh, no, I I see your point that yes, I'm someone who will bang the drum of we need something interesting, we need something new, we need something more customer focused. Yes, I will concede that. 24 hours a week of 6 times points is it's out there. It's a weird one. It's
I
out
mean, it's a date night card. Like it
there. Yeah.
that is trying to get people who go out. Like I know a lot of people who only go out to dinner on Friday or Saturday night. Like that's the
Yeah.
only time in their week they're ever gonna go to dinner. And yeah, they might grab something at a gas station or something like for lunch if they have to go into the office, but mostly they're just going out on Friday or Saturday. That's just what they're doing. So they're trying to capture that. I I
Yeah.
don't think this is a bad card. This to me is a B minus C plus card. That doesn't make it bad. Is it for me? No. Like the city ecosystem is not for me. But if you're somebody who's in the city ecosystem, if you have a custom cache and a double cache and had the old card, yeah, you might be upset that the card's getting nerfed or getting changed to this, or maybe you never got that card and will get this card, but this is for somebody. It is not for any of us, but it is
No.
for somebody. And there is clearly some people who will get value out of this. This is not the JetBlue Premier. Like, it's not a trash fire of a card that we can just like, throw rocks at.
Yeah, and I agree with RJ, like the date night card or the weekend card as someone who has a young family, especially the 3 on the West Coast, 3 p.m. on the West Coast, like that's just enough time for the wife and I to like go get something to eat and then go pick up our boy from daycare. Like I could actually take advantage of that. But that's besides the point. That's a one-off hypothetical. The other aspect of it is that if any other card were to give me 24 hours a week and they just said, go ham and we'll pay you crap amount of points, my wish lists on the internet are about to straight up go off. If Amex were to say, I'm going to give you 6 points per dollar
Mhm.
on starting at 6 p.m. on a Friday for whatever you spend through this card. I'm not buying anything all week. And at 5:59, I'm going to have 12 tabs open on my computer ready to start shopping. I know that's shopping versus dinner or
Dining or
restaurant,
whatever. Yeah.
but you see what I'm saying there. I'm waiting for the Krispy Kreme red light to come on before I start swiping that card. And I think from a business standpoint, as RJ mentioned, it's for someone. It's going to work for someone. It might not work for us, but it is going to work for someone. But I'm going to lean on my original statement. I'm not going to take away from you. I think they could have done it better. I do. I agree with you on that part. But I want to give them some positivity and some opinion and someone on the other side of the aisle to say, at least they did something different.
And if this leads to 1.5 everywhere, I'm okay with this card being otherwise
Woohoo!
trash. I'm good with that. If this double caches
Sure.
everything, like I'll go to City and hand them a 20 and then walk away with my Amex cards. Like, I'll be happy.
Yeah, the rest of my issues with this card are just I don't know what this card is. This card feels like it doesn't know what it is based on the credits that are on the card, based on the lack of landing the plane with Citi with American Airlines yet. They keep teasing that it's getting closer, it's getting closer, it's getting closer. Guys, land the plane or just ditch the plane in the river. Like, do something with the plane.
But
I'm
you
tired of the
want
plane being up in the air.
here's the problem you're always going to have, Matt. Every time we talk about a card refresh, this is your problem. Is you're looking at it and you want it to be logical without the bank always getting their cut. You want it to be so customer focused and have it be scalpel precision of this is a travel card or this is X or this is Y. And we don't live in a world where they can do that anymore. The only card that kind of does that anymore, you have it with the green, you have it a little bit with the gold, that they've added some travel stuff to the gold and dining on the green. Like cards aren't just this is a travel card and this is where it's focused and this really is only what it has anymore. We're not going to get that for a while. You're going to have to let some of that go to be able to fairly judge these cards on their merit because it's just not going to be something that they're going to be. Now, you can say it's messy and chaotic, and I think that is fair. And I do think this is a little chaotic, but like this is a card for people who use portals, who like to eat, and who don't want to have a second card for the 2x everything else. Like this card, I know what this card is. Like it's kind of obvious. You just don't like what this card is. You don't like the credits they've chosen because they don't fit into a travel card, and you want this so much to be a travel card. And I don't think that's fair to this card. I again think it's a C plus or a B minus card. I don't think it's a great card, but I know what it is.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I
You're a Vulcan when it comes to credit cards, Matt. Sometimes you got to be a little bit of a Romulan.
I,
I'd be blowing these cards up with a disruptor if I were. The CSR refresh, all of that. No, you, with the premium cards, right? This card doesn't look premium. This card doesn't scream premium. For all the stupidity Chase did with announcing card changes for 4 months for folks to start shopping around, like for the folks with the CSR, this is a card you look at and you go, no, pass. I'm gonna have to wait for Amex. But
I mean,
Amex is taking note.
12x on hotels and rental cars and things. If you're somebody who used the Chase portal, that 12x has to look pretty enticing.
To an extent. Now, my counter to that would be it's currently 10, and with point boost now at 2 cents per point, that's like a 20% return.
Right, but I'm talking about if you're somebody who is angry that they changed your card and you don't want to pay the annual fee at that price,
Yeah.
this is an enticing card. I think they get it into a price point that people with the old CSR who either downgraded or just are going to rage quit because they're going to rage quit. It's enticing to that. I get it. It is not the most premium of cards. This is a card from 3 years ago. I agree. But I do think it fills a hole that Citi just vacated. Or I'm sorry, it does fill a hole Chase just vacated.
Maybe. We'll see how it goes. Um,
Matt, you have me defending Citi a little bit, and I do
yep,
not appreciate this.
yep, that's exactly what's happening right now.
I do not appreciate that, sir.
there's always the chemical shower. Sorry. No, I we will see what happens with the card. I'm thoroughly unimpressed, but I mean, I do see your points. I'm not here to continue to dig in and try to argue or anything like that. Like I'm just looking at it going, but yeah, we'll
You
see what happens.
you do hate mediocrity. Like you have a burning passion of hatred for mediocrity. And
Yes.
you're a Mets fan.
Where do
Look,
you think my
we're,
burning passion for mediocrity came from?
we're not
My
coming
burning
at you,
hatred.
Matt. We're just trying to be fair for our listening audience. That's all.
Exactly.
That's fair. That's fair.